The ARF is the part of Asean which officially known as ASEAN Regional Forum, that referred to the key forum for security dialogue in Asia. The ARF established during the 26th ASEAN Ministerial Meeting and Post-Ministerial Conference, which were in Singapore on 1993, had agreed to establish the ASEAN Regional Forum ARF. The first meeting of ASEAN Regional Forum was held in Bangkok on 25 July 1994. The ARF members is including 27 members which consist of the 10 ASEAN member states, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, and Philippines. The ARF also consists of the 10 ASEAN dialogue partners, Australia, Canada, China, India, Japan, New Zealand, the Republic of Korea, Russia, United States and the European Union. And also Bangladesh, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Mongolia, Sri Lanka, Timor-Leste and Pakistan, and one ASEAN observer, Papua New Guinea. The latest ARF meeting is 27th ASEAN Regional Forum via video conferencing on 12 September 2020, chaired by Pham Binh Minh, Deputy Prime Minister of Foreign Affairs of Vietnam. The objectives of the ASEAN Regional Forum are outlined in the first ARF Chairman's statement in 1994, namely to provide place for members to discuss on the current regional security issues and development of cooperation to enhance stability of peace and security dialogue. The ARF also makes significant contributions to efforts towards confidence building and preventing diplomacy in the Asia-Pacific region. Active, full and balanced participation and collaboration is an absolute requirement for all ARF participants, with ASEAN still being the main driver for ARF. The ARF process runs in a speed at the pace comfortable to all for all ARF participants, taking into account sensitivity to various issues related to certain participants. The approach adopted by ARF is evolutionary and takes place in three major stages, namely confidence building, preventive diplomacy and conflict resolution. The ARF decision must be taken through a consensus after in-depth consultation between ARF participants. Since its establishment in Bangkok in July 1994, the ARF has undergone an evolutionary process consisting of promotion of increased trust among participating countries, development of preventive diplomacy, and elaboration on approaches to conflict prevention. This approach has enabled ARF participants to deal constructively with various political and security issues faced by the region, including new issues that have emerged as a result of globalization. As a forum for dialogue, ARF has an instrumental role in the creation and development of transparency, increased trust and understanding so as to avoid or reduce mutual suspicion and misunderstanding between participating countries. This will further enhance national peace, security, and stability. Strengthening regional peace and security will provide a conducive environment that is essential for the success of national development in each participating country. This will ultimately encourage an increase in the community in the region. After 1.5 decades of the ARF's founding, ARF members decided to relaunch the organization with a sharper vision statement and set of commitments. They include strengthening the ARF's role in raising awareness on security challenges and intensifying confidence building and cooperation, developing preventive diplomacy in priority areas that directly affect their peoples and that are insurmountable through their individual actions alone, namely those pertaining to non-traditional, transboundary and interstate security challenges, including working towards mutually acceptable early warning mechanisms, and transforming the ARF into an action-oriented mechanism that develops concrete and effective responses to the common challenges confronting the Asia-Pacific region, such as terrorism and transnational crime, disaster relief, maritime security and non-proliferation, and disarmament, and those that may arise in the future. The ARF vision statement was followed by a negotiation on a plan of action, which was adopted in Hanoi in 2010. The intention was to make the ARF more action-oriented. The specific areas for cooperation are disaster relief. ARF aims to harmonize regional cooperation in disaster relief management and strengthen the interoperability of civilian and military relief operations. Counter-terrorism and transnational crime. ARF will develop an effective network for regional law enforcement and military agencies to build regional capacity, share information, and individually and collectively respond in a timely and effective manner to the threats posed by terrorism and transnational crime in the region. The forum will work towards the establishment of an ARF transnational threat information sharing center. Maritime security, ARF should serve as a regional forum for maritime security issues that promotes and enhances maritime domain awareness and develops concrete and effective regional responses to maritime security challenges. It will support the work of the ARF Intersessional Meeting on Maritime Security, ISM on MS, as an established regional framework that addresses maritime security issues. Non-proliferation and disarmament, ARF should develop national and regional capacity and promote common efforts in non-proliferation, disarmament, and peaceful uses of nuclear, chemical and biological technology. Peacekeeping operations, ARF will further enhance the regional capacity and readiness for peacekeeping activities, including through necessary training measures. Defense dialogues, ARF should further integrate defense track and personnel into the ARF process. Strengthen the effectiveness of the Defense Officials Dialogue (DoD) by making it more aligned with and supportive of the broader ARF process. Confidence-building measures (CBM), ARF will encourage its participants to arrive at mutually agreed confidence-building measures and support the promotion of their implementation to enhance peace, stability, economic growth and prosperity in the region. ARF exercises should be held upon the consent of the interested states in areas to include disaster relief and other areas of cooperation and develop an early and realistic timetable for their regular execution. The current focus of ARF include recognizing the importance of ICT. ARF recognized that to mitigate the impact of the pandemic, ASEAN nations, as well as countries around the world, have increased their dependence on ICT tools to aid economic growth. ARF underlined the need to strengthen cross-sectoral cooperation in the ICT sector, especially in handling cyber threats. ARF will conduct the ARF Intersessional Meeting on ICTS security in Japan. The date is yet to be announced, to discuss the issue of cybersecurity solutions for ASEAN. After more than 2 decades in existence, the ARF has covered a very broad area of dialogue and cooperation. Some of these include humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, counter-terrorism and transnational crime, maritime security, non-proliferation and disarmament, peacekeeping operations, defense officials dialogue, and publication of ARF Annual Security Outlook, among others.